Lesson number 3, Ancient Towns and Scriptures. Now, in the beginning of the chapter, there is discussion about the two words, culture and civilization. So, we come to know that culture is matter related to human life, whereas civilization is developed by human beings depending on its caliber and creative skills. Now, when we come to the word civilization, something must be running inside your mind. Yes, there have been so many civilizations in the history of human race. Very prominent and the most important ones are the Egyptian civilization, Mesopotamian civilization. It means present-day Middle East like Iraq, Turkey, Syria, etc. Then our very own and thriving Indian civilization. Then we have Chinese civilization, Roman Empire, etc. etc. But in this chapter particularly we are going to study about Harappan civilization, which is also known as Indus Valley civilization. Indus Valley civilization because it developed on the river Sindhu. Now if you pay attention to figure 3.1, you must see that quite a lot of part of Gujarat has also been considered under the Harappan civilization of that time. Now, the first discovery of Harappan civilization happened back in 1921. The important cities are Harappa, Mohenjo-daro, Lothal, Dholavira, Kalibangan, Rakhigadi, etc. Now, as we move further, the first thing that we get to know is town planning. Now, the town planning of the Harappan people is considered to be the excellent one and really ahead of their time. All the towns of these civilizations were similar when it comes to town planning. On the western side they have forts, and on the eastern side they have colonies of the houses for the common people and highly separated. Both of them streets were paralleled, and generally, as I show you the images in the video, you must be having an idea that there are generally the straight streets. There are no small alleys around here and there, and roads intersected each other at a right angle. The other important features of the town planning was that the water from each house flowed into a sewer, and from small sewer to the large sewer. So they had an excellent drainage system. As well as one more thing that has been found there was a public bath in the Mohenjo-daro, kind of a swimming pool. We still don't know the exact reason why there was a public bath, but it is believed that it would have been used on the festivals or religious occasions. Now, as you move further, the Harappa is an archaeological site located in the Montgomery district of Punjab, currently in Pakistan. So Harappa is right now in Pakistan. Harappa must have been the main town of Indus Valley civilization. Also, as the name suggests, Harappa civilization, the main features of Harappan is its granary. It is believed that Harappan people were the people who used to do a lot of agriculture. About 12 grain stores have been found on the bank of river Ravi. Then we move ahead to Lothal. Now, Lothal is something that has been the city which is presently in Gujarat. Lothal is situated on the banks of Bhogavo river in Dholka Taluka in Ahmedabad district. Lothal was a commercial port and an industrial town in ancient times. It is considered that it must have been a dockyard. It can be assumed that the vessels, ships arriving here were used for loading and unloading of goods. In addition, warehouses and beet factory have been found here. So, it can be said that Lothal was a prosperous port of ancient India, and international trade of Harappan civilization must have been done through the port of Lothal. Now, there is one museum at Lothal where all the artifacts of Harappan civilization have been displayed. Whenever you have time to visit this place, it is excellent, and you get Harappan civilization, the museum of Lothal. Now, moving towards Dholavira. Dholavira is divided into three parts. First, citadel fort, second, upper town, third, lower town. The main speciality of Dholavira town is rainwater harvesting system and stadium. Now moving further to Kalibang. Kalibang town of Rajasthan was the headquarter of agricultural revolution in Harappan civilization. The copper residue found here proves that copper tools must have been manufactured here. Thus, the town planning of Indus Valley civilization as was well organized, well engineered, well planned and well efficient. Now, the economic life in Harappan civilization. What does they do to earn? So it is generally believed that they were involved in the economic activities like agricultural, livestock rearing. Now, what is livestock rearing? It means when you domesticate the animals for eggs, skins or fur, etc., which you can sell even the milk also. So that is what livestock rearing is. And further, it is believed to also do the trade with people of other civilization. Historians believe that cotton cloth produced here or used to reach Mesopotamia and Egypt via Mesopotamia. As I told you, Mesopotamia is currently Middle East. Now, moving to the social life of Harappan civilization. We get information. The main occupation of the people of Indus Valley were agriculture and livestock rearing. People of this time used to have wheat, barley, millet, peas, sesame, date palms, etc. in their diet. We get information regarding attire of the people of that time on the basis of sculptures found from Indus Valley civilization. Men and women wore two clothes. They were clothes similar to dhoti. Now moving further to the religious life and funeral. We get a lot information regarding religious life of Harappan civilization from the idols and postures. The idol of Matraka Devi has been found. Historians considered it the symbol of Mother Earth. It means people of Harappan civilization must have been worshipping Mother Earth. People of Harappan civilization might have been burning dead people also. Evidences of Agni Sanskar have been found at many places, just like the people in Hinduism. They buried dead people and also kept some of the things with the dead. The remains of dead people has also been found, the people that have been buried after the death. They probably believed in afterlife and hence things that were necessary for the person even after his death were kept beside his body. It tells us about their imagination that there is life after death. Now moving to the scripts and languages. Coins, seals, copper plates have been found from remains of Harappan civilization, over which some text is transcribed, which is written in some unresolved mysterious language. Although these writings are short words with matras and joined words are found. Lot of attempts have been made to decipher this script, but it has not been successful yet. So they have written a lot, but we still are yet to decipher, or we still are yet to understand what these people have written, because their language and their script is totally different, and nobody around can understand what they are trying to say. And finally, the end of Harappan civilization. The historians believe that Harappan civilization may have ended because of earthquake, flood, epidemic or external invasion. However, for today's historians, the end of it has been the subject of the research. Still, we may not be sure as to what led to the end of this great civilization. Still, we have not come to any surety about this all ended, but these certain reasons have been provided by the historians that this might have happened. So, in Harappan civilization was one of the glorious of the olden times, which was developed on the bank of the river Sindhu. Hence, it is also known as Indus Valley civilization. Hope students you have understood this chapter.